The latest. Thank you for love and support. I appreciate you all. Are all in all, the Savior, the Protector, the Unifier, the Messiah, the King of Kings, the most loved. Captain Ibrahim Traore is truly loved. Captain Ibrahim Traore is loved. Nobody has ever seen what is happening in Africa. No leader in this world have received this love worldwide from Africans, African Americans, Afro-Indians, Afro-Brazilians, Afro-Japanese, Afro-whatever. The love is so much. It is so beautiful, so amazing. The people in Burkina Faso, the elderly, said this fight. As we the youth are always making noise that we have to stand up and fight for the future of Africa, they also want to prove to us that yes, if Africa will be successful, they have to rise up and lead the way for us. We are planning of having a protest worldwide, but they want to begin it before on the 30th of April. My people will say, when you have an old woman in your house, rain will not spoil your things. And that is what is happening. What I am seeing, I am so amazed. I have never seen this before. That the old people, some of them can barely walk, are on the street demonstrating against the imperialists, telling them to leave Captain Ibrahim Traore alone. That they love him. They want to protect Captain Ibrahim Traore. And that is why we are telling this. Before you get to Captain Ibrahim Traore, you have to go through all of us. Wow! And this is what the puppets, those gatekeepers, those democratic elected ones, that Yellow Papa is using them against the progress of Africa, are in panic. This is what is shaking them. Because they know that yes, we will fight anybody that will fight this revolution. So if you are a leader, make sure that this time you start acting right. Those of you that your mouth are like the Kenyan senator who was pointing fingers at Captain Ibrahim Traore, calling him names. You have to be careful. Oh. Now the African youth, the African elderly men are all on the streets. It's no longer the fight of the youth. These elders are making us to understand that it is the time that the land itself is fighting for itself. It's not we that are fighting. This same Captain Ibrahim Traore, Assimi Goïta, and Abdurrahmane Tchiani just came as leaders in Africa as a coincidence. Have we ever seen these three leaders coming at a goal fighting for the African continent? It has never happened.
The elderly expressed their support for the Burkinabe fighting forces. Many of them participated this morning in Boubou-Dioulasso in a march to show their solidarity with the FDS and VDP engaged in reclaiming the territory. An activity under the auspices of the Regional Council, the elderly of Haute-Bassin, and structures for the protection and promotion of the elderly. Burema Kani Salam Dabal.
Act but engage. For the homeland, it is through a march that these elderly people will express their support for the defense and security forces, as well as for the volunteers for the defense of the homeland. Support also expressed towards the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, Captain Ibrahim Traore. A mobilization that the Regional Council of the Elderly of Robasin intends to maintain until the final victory over the forces of evil.
This march has the advantage of paving the way, marking the signs, reminding Burkinabés that the elderly should not exclude themselves from the march of history. We stand not to imitate, but to inspire. An elder does not imitate, they are imitated. Our country of Burkina Faso, long bent under the hands of foreign interests and internal complicity, is gradually rising. Today, it stands tall, driven by the unwavering will of its sons and daughters, and supported by a people embodied with courage and dedication, determination by His Excellency, Captain Ibrahim Traore.
A support march that aims to be multidimensional and multi-sectoral, well received by the authorities.
Anyone who saw what happened this morning in the high basins, rewind what they saw. because our commitment is still determined and believed in, and count on us. We will liberate the country so that we can greet each other and come to the villages under the trees without worry.
When we heard the group resonate here, the Regional Council of the Elderly of the High Basins undertook a patriotic action, which consists of coming to support the Security Women's Gate as well as the volunteers for the defense of the homeland. We told ourselves that it was timely and our duty to come out and address them, even though it was a noise. In any case, our message is to tell you that we greatly support your action.
This mobilization of the elderly from the Yorubase region as a show of support for the FDS and VDP was marked by the presence of the minister in charge of secondary education, the deputy minister in charge of animal resources, and the one of public service.
This should tell you that there are other forces that are backing us. The African ancestor is awoken. That is saying, you have been asleep for a very long time. So what are you waiting for, you the youth? What is now going to prevent you from coming out on the 30th of April to protest when even these old our fathers, the old men and women who cannot walk properly are on the street showing their love to the land? What is preventing you now? Are you going to continue to use your energy on things that are not necessary to defend Yellow Popo, or you will use this to defend Africa? Will you use this to protect the land, the heaven that you have? This is the only place you can live as a human being. Let no man deceive you. If these people have truly found any place that is called heaven and there is gold that people walk on, a black man will never be invited. If these people can even eliminate us for our own gold on earth, what shows that these people can actually and truly allow you, the black man, to inherit a place they've discovered that they walk on gold. If these people do not want you on their land, what shows that they'll be willing to share their heaven with you? Africa is your heaven. This is the heaven that we have, and we must protect it with everything in us, with our lives. I am so touched by seeing our fathers on the streets fighting for our freedom. Let's also rise up as the youth and fight, because the time is now. Enough of all the bad treatment we have ever received because our skin color is different from these people, while we are the ones that are feeding them and making them who they are, yet they always treat us bad. Arise, the African youth, arise. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. There is nobody, and let nobody deceive you. We are the only ones that can save Africa and set ourselves free. There is no one that will come from any sky and set you free if you don't fight for that freedom. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world, in Africa, West Africa, and in Burkina Faso.